Welcome to a deep dive into something that might be slowing you down without you even realizing it. Mental barnacles. You know how barnacles cling to ships, weighing them down and hindering their progress? Well, our minds can accumulate similar baggage over time, hindering our growth and potential. Think about those old beliefs, past experiences, or even outdated information that you might be carrying around.
It's interesting how easily we amass these mental barnacles, and just like on a ship, they can start to impact our speed, agility, and ability to reach our goals.
They often build up so gradually that we don't even notice them at first. Imagine a time when someone dismissed your idea or told you weren't good at something. It might have seemed insignificant at the time, but maybe that little seed of doubt took root, and over time, it grew, influencing your decisions and holding you back.
Those seemingly insignificant experiences can really accumulate and impact us. Some of the heaviest barnacles we carry are the beliefs we've never questioned, the ones we inherit from our families, society, or even our own past experiences.
It's like we're running a mental program that we didn't even write.
And because these beliefs are so ingrained, they can be tough to identify and even harder to let go of. For example, consider the belief that success is solely determined by relentless hard work.
I can see how that can be problematic for someone who's always striving to learn and achieve.
While hard work is important, this belief can lead to burnout, pushing you to exhaustion, and causing you to lose sight of the bigger picture. It can trap you in a cycle of constant striving without allowing you to enjoy the journey or recognize your achievements.
So it's not just about working hard, it's about working smart and recognizing the importance of balance and well-being.
It's about recognizing those deeply held beliefs and asking if they're truly serving us or holding us back.
I'm starting to think about all the beliefs I might have picked up along the way without realizing it. Are there any specific categories of these inherited beliefs that we should be mindful of?
There are some common ones that tend to weigh people down. For instance, the beliefs that failure is shameful or happiness comes solely from external validation are prime examples of mental barnacles. These beliefs might have served a purpose at some point, maybe offering protection or belonging, but it's essential to examine if they're still helpful now.
These deeply ingrained beliefs, especially the ones we inherit from our upbringing or social conditioning, can act like invisible barriers, preventing us from reaching our full potential.
And it's not just beliefs. Our past experiences, particularly the negative ones, can cling to us and shape our perceptions in ways that limit our growth and happiness.
How do those negative experiences manifest as mental barnacles?
Think about past disappointments, heartbreaks, or failures. These experiences can leave emotional scars, making us hesitant to take risks or trust others. We might start avoiding similar situations, limiting our opportunities for growth and connection.
So it's not about erasing the past or pretending those experiences didn't happen, but about recognizing how they might be influencing our present behavior and choices.
If we don't address those emotional barnacles, they can unconsciously affect our decisions, leading us to react in ways that might not be aligned with our true desires or values.
It's like we're stuck in a protective shell, but that shell is preventing us from fully experiencing life and reaching our potential. It sounds like we need a mental cleanup to break free from these mental barnacles.
Just as a ship needs regular cleaning to function well, we need to engage in mental decluttering to identify and release those beliefs and experiences that aren't serving us. We need to take stock of what we're carrying and ask the tough questions. What serves my growth and what's holding me back?
It's like giving ourselves permission to release the burdens, making space for new possibilities and a brighter future. But how do we actually go about this mental decluttering process? What tools or techniques can we use to identify and release these mental barnacles?
There are several approaches. Mindfulness, for instance, is a powerful tool that helps us become aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing us to observe those unhelpful mental patterns that might be holding us back.
I've heard of mindfulness, but never really understood how it could be applied here.
It's about cultivating awareness, noticing those limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns as they arise without getting caught up in them. It's like shining a light on the clutter in our minds so we can begin to clear it away.
So it's not about pushing those thoughts away or pretending they don't exist, but about observing them with curiosity and detachment.
By developing this mindful awareness, we create space for a more objective and empowered perspective. It's the first step in taking control of our mental landscape. Mindfulness helps create separation between ourselves and our thoughts so we can choose which ones to engage with and which ones to let go of. It's a crucial skill for shedding mental barnacles.
We're not our thoughts. We're the observer of our thoughts.
It allows us to detach from those automatic reactions and make more conscious and intentional choices. And once we've developed that mindful awareness, we can start to challenge and reframe those unhelpful thoughts with cognitive restructuring.
Cognitive restructuring sounds a bit technical.
It's simpler than it sounds. It involves identifying those negative or limiting beliefs, examining the evidence for or against them, and then choosing to replace those beliefs with more empowering and realistic alternative.
So it's about questioning those automatic thoughts and looking for evidence that challenges those old narratives.
Let's say you're thinking about applying for a promotion, but a voice in your head keeps saying, I'm not qualified or I'll never get it. Cognitive restructuring would involve examining that belief. What evidence is there to support it? What are your past successes and strengths? Are there other perspectives you might be overlooking?
It's like putting those negative thoughts on trial, challenging their validity, and seeing ourselves and our capabilities more objectively.
It's about recognizing that our thoughts aren't always accurate. And by challenging those distorted thoughts, we can shift our perceptions and create new, more empowering beliefs.
This is starting to make sense, but it sounds like a lot of work.
It takes effort, but the payoff is huge. Mental growth is a continuous journey, much like maintaining a ship. Just as a ship requires regular cleaning and maintenance to perform at its best, our minds benefit from consistent attention and care.
So we need to make self-evaluation a regular practice.
Regularly taking stock of our beliefs, experiences, and the information we consume is crucial for maintaining a healthy mental state. It's about becoming the captain of our minds, choosing what we allow on board and what we toss overboard.
I like that analogy. It's empowering to think of ourselves as captains of our own mental ships, navigating our thoughts and emotions, and charting our course toward a fulfilling and purposeful life. Where do we even begin? What are some practical steps to make this mental cleanup a regular practice?
Cultivating a practice of self-reflection is a great start. Dedicate time each day, or even once a week, to sit down with yourself and ask some key questions. Start by examining your beliefs. Are there any beliefs you're holding on to that are limiting your growth or happiness? Maybe beliefs about your abilities, your worthiness, or even your potential challenge? Those beliefs, where do they come from? Are they truly serving you?
It's about getting curious about those underlying beliefs and seeing if they're aligned with who we want to be and what we want to achieve.
And it's okay to let go of beliefs that no longer resonate. Growth often involves shedding old skins and embracing new perspectives.
That's a liberating thought. It's giving ourselves permission to evolve and adapt as we learn and grow.
Next, shift your focus to those negative experiences. What past experiences are you holding on to that are still causing pain or hindering your progress? It might be a past failure, a disappointment, a betrayal, anything that's still weighing on your heart.
This is where it can get a little uncomfortable facing those painful memories and emotions.
It can be challenging, but it's also incredibly liberating, acknowledging those experiences and allowing ourselves to feel those emotions, maybe through journaling or talking to a friend or therapist, can help us release their grip.
So it's not about suppressing those feelings or pretending they don't exist, but about processing them in a healthy way and allowing ourselves to heal and move forward.
And remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Support from a therapist or counselor can be immensely helpful in navigating those challenging emotions and experiences. They can offer guidance and tools to help you process those experiences healthily and constructively.
Sometimes we need a little extra support to navigate those rough waters.
Finally, take stock of the knowledge and information you're consuming. What information are you holding on to that might be outdated or no longer relevant to your goals and aspirations? This is important for those of us who are constantly learning and absorbing new information.
It's like doing a regular inventory of our mental library, making sure we're not clinging to outdated editions or books that no longer spark our interest or help us grow.
It's about being discerning with what we allow into our mental space, making sure it's nourishing and supportive. And as you go through this process of self-reflection, be honest with yourself. Don't shy away from identifying those mental barnacles that might be weighing you down.
So it's about being compassionate but honest, recognizing where we might be holding ourselves back, and making a conscious choice to let go of what no longer serves us.
This is an ongoing process. Just as a ship requires regular maintenance to stay afloat and sail smoothly, our minds also need consistent attention and care to thrive, make self-reflection a regular practice. And you'll be amazed at how much lighter and freer you feel.
This is such valuable advice.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling empowered just by considering the possibility of taking control of my mental landscape and choosing what influences my thoughts, feelings, and actions.
That's the power of awareness and intentional choice. We're not just victims of our circumstances or our past experiences. We can choose a different course, release those mental barnacles, and create a life that's aligned with our values and aspirations.
This has been such an illuminating conversation. We've dived deep into the concept of mental barnacles, exploring how they form, why they can hold us back, and most importantly, how to identify and release them. We've explored powerful tools like mindfulness and cognitive restructuring, and we've emphasized the importance of self-reflection, honesty, and compassion in this journey of growth and transformation.
It's like we're taking back our mental ships and setting a course for a destination that aligns with our values.
As we wrap up this deep dive, what stands out to me is how empowering this all is. We all pick up mental barnacles, but we have the power to identify them, challenge them, and let them go so we can create a more fulfilling life.
We have more control over our thoughts and feelings than we realize. It's a journey of self-discovery and intentional growth, and the rewards are worth it.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us, and for our listeners who are ready to start their own mental decluttering journey. Remember to begin with awareness, notice those thoughts and feelings that are holding you back, and then gently challenge them using mindfulness and cognitive restructuring. Make time for things that bring you joy and remind you of your strengths. Be patient with yourself and celebrate those small victories along the way. Your mental ship is ready to set sail toward a brighter horizon.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Deep Thoughts Podcast. I hope you found insights and inspiration to take with you on your journey of self-growth. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on new releases and exclusive content. See you next time, where we'll continue to help you grow and explore your full potential.